is where you can go for everything you need to know.
Good morning, and good morning. This is a wonderful day here at the Sea Island Morning Show with Bennett and Brown. Unfortunately, both Bennett and Brown are on vacation, so you're forced to listen to us today. My name is Linda Westpoint. I'm one of the producers for the Sea Island Morning Show. And this morning, I'm excited. We have a group of people that are here as the co-hosts. They are the committee of the Sea Island Morning Show, and they're going to take a brief moment to introduce themselves. Who do we have here in the show first?
Good morning, I'm Letitia.
Good morning, I'm Jeremy.
Good morning, I'm Danielle.
Good morning, I'm Henry.
I'm Roland Wallace.
All right, we got a group of people here who are going to participate in our topic of today. And this morning, we're going to talk about what happened to the beauty in relationships. But before we get into that, let me tell some of you about the Sea Island Morning Show. If this is your first time tuning in, the Sea Island Morning Show is basically a morning show about beauty. We deal with all types of beauty, fashion, and entertainment. As you know, Chet Bennett is the founder and owner of the Bennett Career Institute, and he also has salons in the metropolitan area, and he also currently have this morning show. So he likes to keep the listening audience abreast on what's going on in the beauty industry. So that's what this morning show is all about. But this morning, we're going to get into the topic, what happened to the beauty in relationships? Do y'all think that, something happened to the beauty? I mean, in the beginning, when you're in a relationship, sometimes you have those goosebumps when you see the person, and, you open the door for them and you put out all of these extra things that you usually don't do. And you're calling them all the time because you just can't wait to hear their voice. But after some time pass, a year or two pass, maybe not that long, 3 months pass, you stop the calls. You don't call as much. In fact, you used to talk to them and, whisper sweet nothings in their ear. Now you telling them, you ain't nothing. You change the conversation a little bit. And it shouldn't go that way. So we want to talk about what happened to the beauty in the relationships. You used to go out. You used to couldn't wait till Friday night. You used to couldn't wait to go out, and the ladies would put on those sexy heels and those fishnet stockings and have her hair all doed up. And now she just throw on some sweats and some tennis shoes and a T-shirt. What y'all say about that? I mean, why does that happen? And somebody say they don't match?
Yeah, none of it match at all.
And none of it match. I mean, why do we do that? Letitia?
Honestly, I really don't know. Each his own. People reach their comfort level at different stages. But, I mean, you can't just put it all on women. You got men.
Okay.
Like I said.
Mm-hmm.
Got the stinky feet.
What? Stinky
feet?
Stinky
feet and normally keep the socks clean.
Hold on, North Carolina.
Stinky feet. I mean, beards used to be cut, fresh looking, hair fresh looking. Now everybody woofing. Exactly.
Hygiene. So at one point they made sure they bathed. And they make sure they would, put on some cologne, some smell good. But as the time, you never bathe. See, we ain't talking about Henry. Henry don't bathe. Okay, so we're talking about the other ones. They would actually take a shower and put on some cologne and all of that good stuff. But after the time, after they get a little comfortable, they stop doing all of those things. Mr. Henry. Tell us, what you think about that?
I think relationships are just like hairdos. They start out looking all nice and good, and then after a couple weeks, it just died out. Somebody got to redo the hair. That's what I think.
They got to redo the hair?
Well, see, it's a little different because when you get in a relationship, in the beginning, it's fine and dandy. Yeah. But like you said, 6 months later, she don't want to do her hair no more. And then you get to waking up next to Rufus. I want to go to bed with a woman and wake up with a woman in the morning. Sometimes you wake up with Randy Savage.
Used to be a time when she wouldn't even use the bathroom while you was around. Next thing you know, she just pooting and stuff in front of you. You lay it up, she just pooting and stuff. She don't even care.
Keep it clean, sir. Okay, yes, that's.
I believe you gotta start how you want to finish a relationship. If you start off want to look good and looking good for your person, you gotta finish looking good and keep yourself up that way. You can't stop doing one thing because the other person stopped. You gotta make sure that they know that you still looking good and somebody else wants you.
One of the things that tends to happen as well is a lot of times, she used to get dressed to please her mate, her man. And then that tends to stop sometimes, but she still get dressed for that boss. How you feel about that? Or she get dressed nice for church, but she doesn't get dressed nice for you anymore. How do you feel about that?
It's a conspiracy.
Okay.
Definitely a conspiracy.
It's called communication.
Communication?
If you feel some kind of way, then you express that to her. Then maybe she'll meet you halfway.
Well, I don't think sometimes things fall on deaf ears. Sometimes, you might can mention it to her, and she's still getting dressed for pastor or the bishop or the boss.
See, then, I think we forget that what got us here, what got us in this relationship, we forget it along the way. And then once we forget that, then everything changes. See, that's why Mama tell you, always be who you are. So that when people fall in love with you, they fall in love with who you are. You ain't got to change.
Okay.
But see, people, put up a front, and then once you get the person, you locked in, then they go to changing and acting different. That's how relationships go.
Yeah, it was, a lot of times you fall in love with the representative. These days and times, I don't want to fall in love with the representative, and I don't want to wake up with Randy Savage either.
I know that.
Okay,
well, off the top rope.
My pastor used to say all the time, when you first start dating, you're really not dating that person that you think you're dating. She's actually somewhere locked up in a closet. And then when you get to the point where, you want to say I do and be with this person forever, then she comes out of the closet. Aha! Here I am, and it's a whole different person. And so that can be very frustrating, to get the representative.
Especially when people think you ain't going nowhere. They think you ain't going nowhere, they just go to doing anything.
So is there a lack of respect that's going on in relationships that causes people to, get too comfortable and relaxed and not put the care into the relationship that they once did when they first started?
Sure, I think so. A lot of times people start to take for granted who they have in front of them.
Okay.
They don't, you might not want to cook no more. You might not want to talk anymore. You might not want to touch anymore. And they think it's cool to do so, and it's not. Because at the same time, you're crying out saying, I'm the victim. You being the aggressor in the situation because you're the one that's shutting down. And when you shut down, don't mean that everybody has to shut down in the relationship, because everybody don't know what's going on with you. Only you know.
Communication. Callers, if you would like to call in to participate in this conversation about what happened to the beauty in relationships, please call now, 1-800-450-7876. So there are some people who we're just neglecting the beauty in the relationship. What are some of the ways we neglect the beauty in the relationships?
Do you want this ask point from men wise or from women wise?
Well, since you're a man, sir, let's go.
You want me to tell you how females neglect the relationship?
Yes, you can go there.
Okay, well, normally in the beginning of a relationship, females come out, they're always dressed to impress, hair always done, nails always done, makeup looking right, and then all of a sudden it changes. So they don't want to dress how they want to go out in public however they want to. They want to wear their hair however they want to. They cut their hair, don't keep their hair the way it should be. You know what I mean?
They add to it.
They add to it. Why you cut your hair if you didn't want hair? And then you adding hair to it. That doesn't make no sense.
So they cut the hair lost. And then replace it with a weave.
Yeah, I'm lost.
Okay.
It loses me. But if you're gonna cut your hair, keep your hair done right. You know, we as people, as men, this is how I see it as a male. If you're gonna be with me and you start off one way, and you say, okay, well, I'm coming off dime off the bat. It's okay to drop to a 9 or 8, but you don't drop to a 5. That's you communicate some of these things. But if you're having that bad hair day, then we can work things out. You know what I mean?
Don't keep coming to the whole situation with hair on Sunday, no hair on Wednesday.
You went to sleep and you had hair, and then you woke up and
extra
there wasn't no hair.
long lashes on Thursday, and then you looking crazy back on Sunday again. I done dealt with 6 different. No, not inconsistency, because you never with the same person. They get different personalities with these lashes and these hair and all that.
Okay.
And then they got these buckwheat braids up under their head in the first place.
Okay. Well, what about going to bed with the rollers and the rollers in the hair? We're going to discuss some more of that when we come back in 2 and 2. Let us pay some bills. We'll see you in a moment.